know everything I need to know about you.
You do? You do.
Hi, Cougars. This is your counselor, Miss T. Hope you have a happy Friday. I want to wish Andrew, Taryn, Delilah, and Michaela a very happy birthday. And also, shout out to Ms. Poulos because it's National Principals Day and National International Space Day. I've been taking social distancing very seriously and really believe that it's so important for all of us to protect and care for those around us by staying home. But man, I've been feeling really cooped up lately, and it's been hard to sleep well because of all this COVID-19 stress. So if you're feeling that way, you are not alone, and this is all temporary, okay? So chances are, if you're watching this, there's a high chance you're using the internet. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about social media again, but we're going to be focusing on what we post and how it stays there. Forever. First, I'm going to have you reflect on how you feel about social media and how it impacts you in your life. How does using social media affect our digital footprint? And a digital footprint, it's basically like a footprint, right? It's whatever path you walk, you leave a footprint. Same way with social media, whatever path you choose, you basically leave a bunch of social media posts that you choose. So how do you feel about your choices and how does it affect it? So first off, I'm going to have you reflect on how you feel about social media. Reflect on how it impacts you and your life. So first off, I'm going to have you describe your experiences with social media and think about it. Just maybe think about the last post you did within the past week, or what you were doing on an app, or how did it look like? And if you want, write it down, or you could just think of it inside your head. So, oversharing. I'm sure you guys already know about this. There's so many celebrities that have overshared in the past, and lots of scandals have happened. So, now that social media is so relevant to your lives, you'll notice that people share everything on there sometimes, from criticizing someone on social media to TMI, facts about yourself. It is important you understand the impact of what you post, because once it is out there, it's out there forever. Most people who overshare regret it because if someone searches up your name, so much information about you exists on the internet, especially if you overpost. There can also be safety concerns. If you post too much online publicly, others can find you and information about where you live. So it's important you post wisely and do not post your full name. So don't post those last names, addresses, your school, or location. And if you have a unique name like mine, maybe don't even use your first name. Do not direct message strangers that are adults, and be wary of people you meet online that you do not know. Also, what content are you posting? Are you posting content that reflects your genuine life? Or is it a way to compensate and mask your insecurities? Do you try to post a life to humble brag or to mask how your life really is? On Instagram, there is a real culture projecting a perfect life, Photoshop, and it's pretty normal. However, posting content that is just there for you to keep track of your life experiences that make you happy is of more value than trying to impress a group of people. The opposite can be true too. People can write essays on Facebook about every difficult thing that has happened to them that day and put people on blast online that they do not like. Sometimes it helps to understand why people engage in certain online behaviors. Criticizing someone online makes you feel invincible. you're behind a screen, so putting someone down is a harmful way of making yourself feel better about yourself. This is known as cyberbullying. If you really think about it, what do you wake up every morning for? Do you want to look back and think, wow, I spent a few years criticizing people I didn't like online. I spend my attention on people I didn't like, and the reality is that you wasted that time that you could have spent focusing on people you actually like and don't annoy you. So let's watch a video to see other teens talk about posting social media. Maybe you can relate to it.
The idea of, posting and having a lot of people see it can definitely become scary.
If you're a teenager, you're going to make bad decisions sometimes.
They can screenshot it, they can do so many things to save that, and they can edit it in ways that you won't want them to.
Whether or not you think it'll go away, it's there. Anything you post online, you're stuck with.
Oversharing to me is putting too much of your personal life in front of a wide audience of people.
Posting something for the sake of showing that you're there and maybe not because you're actually having that great of a time.
Posting about things that people don't necessarily think are significant, but they're just kind of posting to be posting.
What you share and how often you share is going to affect the way that somebody views you. Just because I'm going to post all the time, that doesn't mean that you're going to get all the attention. That doesn't mean that everybody's going to like you.
For example, people have like Finstas or spam accounts where they just like post random stuff, and sometimes they get too personal with what they're talking about on there.
Things that are meant to be texted one-to-one, people tend to post online so 50 other people can see their plans for tomorrow or the next weekend. You could be doing something like that could potentially endanger yourself by making your account public and saying too much about where you live or who you are.
When I'm in like a cool location and I want to show everybody where I am, but most of the time I'll just tag where I am on like a Snapchat story so people can know.
So once you put something online, it can be there forever because people might take screenshots, they might record it, they might save it.
I don't think people don't realize that it's going to be there forever. I think they just don't care. A lot of people have this mentality of like, what I'm doing is very insignificant. Why is anyone going to care about this?
You should be cautious of what you post. Don't post your pictures and think like, okay, nobody's seeing me, nobody's screenshotting me, nobody doing nothing. Because people doing that, you just not going to know.
Your Snapchats, despite the fact that they only last, 4 to 8 seconds, they're still there. Your Instagram stories that go away after 24 hours, they're still there. Anything that is posted, anything that's up, no matter what happens, even if you leave it up for a minute and take it down, it's there as soon as you put it up there.
No one's going to scrutinize everything that you say the same way that you might.
You are not obliged to post every second of your life in order to please what you might seem the majority of people. So when you feel like you have to post all the time, when you feel like you have to do this in order to get fame and attention, you don't. It's not your job.
That's something you always have to be thinking about. What do you want people to remember you on social media as?
So as you saw in the video, many topics were discussed, from safety to how not many teens realize that posting something online is permanent, since people can take a screenshot of it, etc. It also discussed safety and the importance of not posting your daily schedule online or what you're going to do and where you're going to go, and asking yourself, what do you want people to remember about you in the long run? And does your social media posting history reflect that? I challenge you guys to ask that. What do I want to reflect when I post something online? Do I want to be known as someone that puts people down secretly or someone that uplifts? Do you want people to have access to a ton of unnecessary information about you that puts yourself at risk? Will you regret this later? You don't want to get so comfortable on an app you're going to facepalm 10 years from now. And here's a picture of a diagram that basically helps you determine whether you should post it or not post it. Is it a photo or a status? Would you say to your grandma or your mom? Is anyone in the bathroom or on the toilet? And definitely nothing suggestive. That's definitely not a good choice. So as we discussed before, digital footprint is basically the pathway that you take online, and sometimes you don't realize you're leaving it, so be very careful. Below is a diagram of the ring of responsibility. What this means is that any action you take impacts the community and the world, so you want to be able to fill your actions with positivity and light to make the world a better place. If COVID-19 has taught us anything, is that we are way more connected than we think on a worldwide scale. So let's spread positivity online and in real life and stay safe. So I have some questions for you guys. How can you be responsible to yourself and others? And how can your actions impact your future self? And how can it impact the well-being of others? When you're being responsible online, you're trying to be a safe person for yourself and live according to your values. And also, you want to make sure that you're not harming anyone else in the process and you're not overexposing anyone else. So I want you to think about that. Well, that's all for now. Make sure you check out the attached worksheet that I provided, which helps you analyze what is appropriate for you to post and what is not. And it helps you reflect on that before you do it impulsively. And remember to be a force of positivity and light, Cougars. Bye for now.